3, 2, 1. So, hey guys, it's Andres.
It's Kevin here.
And today we're talking about why hitting the gym is going to be the best habit you'll ever build. Funny story, we already recorded this episode last week, but the microphones turned off like 2 minutes in, so we lost everything. But
40 seconds in.
We're just going to have the same conversation again. Let's see where it goes from there. Try to change it up as much as possible and see what new experiences we got in a week.
Like, it's never going to be the same conversation,
Yeah.
right? It's going to change, but it was a good conversation for
We
sure.
can never get that
A little
back.
bit sad that I didn't get recorded, but all good. We move.
The sun's
right?
not coming in anymore. That's crazy. It's getting cloudy. You think it's going to rain?
It probably will, bro. I don't know. I'll check. I was going to wash my car today, but I guess that's not happening today.
It's not a good call, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, how has the gym changed your life?
This is so awkward the second time around. I feel like for me, when I started the gym, and it was like, I forgot when it was, but it was like 2021.
You were in the gym.
It was,
I think it was starting the pandemic or before. Right?
yeah, it was during it. Like, it started, we were at home a few like months, and I was like, dude, I don't know what to do, and I'm done playing video
That was
games.
2020.
Yeah, probably 2020. But I was like, dude, I'm so done playing video games all day. I'm tired of this. I used to play a lot of, Apex Legends. I think I tried to get you to play it one time.
I'm never gonna play that game.
That game was so fun when
So hard.
when it came out. It is, but it was really good. But I was so bored of doing the same thing over and over, and I just decided that I didn't like how I looked. I already liked sports in the past. And I was like, dude, I don't want to look like this anymore. I feel like that was the driving force for me to pick doing workouts.
Physically, how did you look?
I was like skinny fat. Like I wasn't fat, but I also wasn't like where I wanted to be. I was like in an awkward where my body looked like very squared, and I had like a flat stomach, as in no abs.
Mm-hmm.
And I had like regular blocky build. I didn't have any like dimensions to my chest or anything. It was just flat.
Just like,
Oh, the sun is back. Cool. But I was like, dude, I want to start getting some abs. So I downloaded this app on my phone, and I started doing workouts. I grabbed a mat and I put it in my garage so nobody would see me, and I locked the door. And then
the shyness.
yeah, dude, and that's something that hits everyone when they first start, or most people at least. But I did a bunch of ab workouts at first, and then I changed into like Christmas was coming, and I think I was 17 or turning 18 barely, and I was like, hey, it would be cool to get like a weight rack. That'd be like the next step for me, and they got it for me. It was like $150. It was not much, like less than a gym membership for sure.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
Are they going for that now?
it was. I wouldn't recommend getting it if you're like at your level, because it only had 100 pounds to like lift with. That's why I first started like getting a gym membership. It was after like people started going out
The
again.
weight was just too small.
Yeah, and I was like, I started to see some difference. I started to have abs. Started to like get a little bit more 3D.
Mm-hmm.
And
3D.
yeah. I think that's the best way to put it.
That's funny. I like.
But I went and did that, and then I was like, hey, I'm not feeling like this isn't difficult anymore. I think I need to move it a step up, and I need to get a gym membership. And I got one at a very little gym called Top View 24/7. It was called. I think we went into this. You didn't know what it was or where it was. I'm gonna tell you where it is. It's the Chipotle on Mesa, the one next to the Wingstop.
The Chipotle.
Not the Coronado one, the other one.
Yeah.
Behind that one, that's where the gym is.
Oh. Is it like a big gym?
No. Super tiny gym, not a lot of people went, and I think that's one of the best things about it, that I, like, when I was going, there wasn't a lot of people that saw me working out, and I wasn't nervous.
Right.
Like, when you go to a Planet Fitness, what do you see? Hundreds of people, super packed, always.
Bunch of treadmills.
Yeah, and like mainly, I think that was a big thing, just being there, and with the little amount of people, that's when I started to like talk to people at the gym, and I wasn't nervous because there wasn't like 20 people right next to them.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it was very like
Kind of like show offs at first. I don't know if you.
Yeah.
Because show off was like very.
I was going to show off before you.
No, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like show offs in general.
I love that place. I love that
Like,
place.
there wasn't a lot of people. It was at one point. It was like the perfect gym.
Funny story. I like the first time I go. I think I told you this too, but I was looking around for gyms because I was trying to move from that gym again. I forgot why, but I just kind of didn't like it anymore. It was time to move forward again, and I was looking at a bunch of gyms. I looked at TrueFit. I think I signed up to TrueFit first. I had a few friends that took me there, and I really liked it, and it was cool, and it was big. It was like
Huge.
it's probably the best commercial gym here.
You think? Better
Yes.
than Choose Fitness?
I don't like choose. It's too big. Like you don't get to meet anyone. One of the biggest reasons that I go to the gym, and I think this is one of the biggest benefits, is the people that you get to meet there when you're there. I haven't really. Right now, I don't have a gym membership, and it's because I'm trying to look at a different gym option because I didn't really like the one that I was going to anymore. But I'm trying to look at a different gym option. Biggest benefits from the gym, which I wasn't looking into, I wasn't looking for this, is the amount of like people with like the amount of like-minded people that I've met there. Like I've met you have like a lot of goals, and a lot of people that go to the gym and stick with it. Like if you see someone in the gym for the 10th month, like they're probably pretty driven. They have similar goals to you, or at least a similar drive. So I think that's one of the biggest benefits of that. For me, it built confidence, and it helped me explore areas of like meeting new people and being more comfortable with myself. Like confidence, health, and connections. I think those are pretty big things.
I think that's where we kind of met.
Yeah.
That's where we met.
That's where we kind of met. What do you mean by that?
I don't know. I need to drink more Monster, but
Cheers. How'd you start? How'd you get into the gym?
I think it's the same thing, right? It's like with everyone, right? Not feeling comfortable within your own body.
Yeah.
But in some way, shape, or form, you're ambitious, right? So you're not gonna stick to the same thing. You know what I personally went through was I think I was playing soccer at the time, and I've always been like active. I've always liked being active, right? And I think what happened was that I think I got injured, not gonna lie. I think that's the first thing that sparked it. But the bigger thing besides that was that I wasn't comfortable within my own body, right? Because I'll show you a picture, and I'll ask Eric if he can put it. I think is it the picture that when I'm working in Tacotote? I've been showing you the picture. I'm skinny right now, but I was skinny back then. I think I was like 130 or 100. No, that's too exaggerated. I was like 140, which is not a huge difference.
I think that's where I was when I started too.
Yeah, I was like 140. I was like, dude, I need to put more weight. I think I looked at the average for my height, and I was like underweight.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, let's go ahead and start like looking into the gym. So I didn't do much research. To me, it was more like I'll start doing, then I'll figure it out as I go. So I started going to Planet Fitness, and I would train the whole body. So I would use one machine per. I think I was using like the bicep curl.
Yeah, the preacher curls.
Yeah, the preacher curls. First, and then I was going to the chest, so chest flies, and then hitting legs, and I would just do that every day.
A little bit of everything.
So I didn't even.
You must have been tired.
I probably would. I think I was very tired, but I did that for like 2 weeks. I didn't do it for that long until I met. Well, I've already known him, but I saw him again. His name's Ariel, and he would cut my hair. But what happened was that I was explaining to him what I was doing, and he was like, "No, you're supposed to do it this way." And then he showed me what a split was and all that kind of stuff, like just the very basic. I was like, that seems a lot more smarter to do.
That's cool.
And so I started doing that. He actually introduced me to I don't even call Planet Fitness my first gym. I think it was Show Offs. And from there, I started gaining a lot of weight and a lot of muscle until I got to like 180, which is like 40 pounds and it was just pure muscle, and especially my legs. But yeah, I think that's how I started, just not feeling comfortable within my own body because I was getting treated in some way. Then once I gained the weight, I was treated another way. So I really like that as I was progressing, and I'm sure it hasn't stopped and it's gonna keep going up. Yeah, I think that's like my personal view on that, or how I started. Do you have any questions?
No, that's cool, and it reminds me of like how, like the first time that I went to real gym, like you just reminded me I didn't go to the gym that I first signed up to. I started going with a friend, and he was like, hey, like let's do deadlifts and let's lift heavy and let's do this. And he was kind of the one that motivated me, and I was like, dude, let's do this. And then like we kept pushing each other for a little bit. And then he used to go to like this gym. It was kind of, it looked kind of ghetto, and we always made fun of that. But it was like in a garage in downtown. And like you opened it, and it looked like there was fans, and it looked like a storage room.
I've never.
It looked like that. It was cool. I'll show you. I'll show you what it's called later. I think it's called Hybrid Fitness. But it's Google it right now because you'll see it. And there was a lot of CrossFitting, but me and him went to deadlift, and then you could open the garage door and just have it open while you were lifting.
What was it called?
Hybrid Fitness. That's the first gym that I ever went to consistently with him. I didn't get a membership there, but he always took me. And
is it this one?
Yes. Oh, dude, that brings so many memories. It looks a lot better now than it used to.
Where's the garage? Oh, I see.
If you're driving on the freeway, you can see it from the freeway. It's like next to Gateway.
Dude, I might have seen it, and I probably thought it was like a. It has like a luchador in the front.
Yes. I really liked it because it was the first like experience that I had in the gym, and it was so fun for me. Like I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
It just gives you vibes like you're kicking ass and taking names. It gives you that kind of vibes.
That's cool.
But I liked that, and then I went into the other one, and then I just kept going, man. It was just so fun to have something to do after work that wasn't playing video games because I wasn't wasting my time.
That's cool.
Yeah,
it's a cool gym.
I forgot that story. I don't think I've ever told anyone that story because it like slips my mind off, and I don't think.
How long did you go for?
We went on and off for a few years. Like while I was going to my gym, we were like switching gyms and like going with each other. But I don't give that friend enough credit because he was the one that pushed me also in a lot of ways. And I'm the person I am today because of what we went through. It's very big motivation, and I know that you probably feel the same way toward Ariel because that's like such a big step, and
always be appreciated. Of him showing me the ways.
Man, but life has changed super big for me because you never met me before I went to the gym. But I was like always super nervous in school. I didn't talk to anybody. Nobody knew me. I had like the same 5 friends, and we went home, played video games. That's it. Mm-hmm. We didn't talk to anybody else. Like when I started going to the gym, I think it was my junior year of high school. Right. Like halfway through it, we were all sent home, and we had to do school from home. And I was like, dude, this sucks. I'm not doing anything with my life. And I started going to the gym, and then I started realizing those changes because a lot of my progress was made while we were at home, and nobody, the last time anybody saw me, I was skinny, scrawny, unconfident, and weird.
Right.
And then the year after, we all go back to school, and everyone's here, and they're like, dude, what the fuck happened to you? That's crazy. And then I played a lot of basketball at the time, so when I started going to play basketball, it was cool because I like pushing people around, and I think that made me a lot better at basketball than I was before.
Yeah, you had more
muscle. Yeah, dude. But that was awesome. Just seeing the difference, and people start treating you differently too.
100%.
I don't know.
It's the best, or not the best, but it's one of the biggest things that you'll notice. Like that. It's people will look at you differently. It's wow, this person has changed.
Yeah.
Automatically, that's what they'll program into their brain. It's wow, this person's not the same person that I used to know.
And this is a really cool anecdote for me because I wasn't just making friends at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
The first day that I went to college, I was going to college for business management.
Yeah.
But the first day that I went to college, like someone that went to the gym recognized me and she was like, "Hey, you look like you go to the gym. Do you go to the gym?" And I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" And that was the very first friend that I made in college.
Mm.
And I think that was really cool to be acknowledged in an environment where like, why would someone assume that you go to the gym other than based on how you look? That felt good for me.
That's cool. I think that's some of the benefits. And I mean,
how's your life changed?
In terms
I know
of
mine's changed like a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely changed. I mean, by no means I'm no expert, but I want to say I'm a little bit above average when it comes to the gym. I think I've been going for close to 2 or 3 years. I think it's 3 years actually. And I mean, a lot changes when you start going and you start changing. You just, I don't know, I think you become more disciplined. You don't see the discipline show off like right off the bat, but it definitely does influence other parts of your life. I think once I started going to the gym and I loved the progress, I kind of learned how delayed gratification works.
Yeah.
And once I learned that, I was like, whoa, I actually want to apply to this. I want to apply this principle to the other aspects of my life. And I did that with my personal life. I did that with my relationships. I did that with my even work, right? I know I was going to the gym. I was working at like some place that it was a bank basically, but I was a teller for the bank. I wasn't happy at all. Like I hated that place with such a passion, but I was there for like 6 or 7, 8 months. And honestly, the gym might have been the thing that pushed me over to like, hey, like you need to get out of this situation because it's not making you happy and it's not going to make you happy in the long run. Not happy like the way you put it, but like content, satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like soul taking. And so I was like, all right, well, why don't I try sales? What if it ends up working out just like the gym did and it's just delayed gratification? And yeah, I did. I started applying to a couple places and until I landed in Allstate. And then from Allstate, I basically fell in love with sales. But I don't think that I would have pursued sales if I hadn't gone to the gym.
Yeah.
Because I think I would have been too scared to do so. And the gym kind of gave me like a little bit of confidence enough for me to
That's cool.
try something new. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I think it's the principle of delayed gratification that made it possible.
Off topic, I was talking to my girl the other day, and like my dad noticed that I have white hairs on my head, and I was like, "That's kind of the nature of the job." And I think that was really funny because our job is like, it does a lot of shit to us, and it's very stressful. Like, just I get ticks in my eye from time to time, but I definitely want to do more like sales podcasts because I think that's a super big part of our life.
Dude, I think one of the next podcasts should be another sales podcast.
Yeah, 100%, man. But it's crazy. I've noticed that at the end of the month, if I'm not at quota yet, I get this like eye twitch. My eye starts going like this. Yeah, just my eye, or like my muscles. My muscles were like spaz out. I don't know if that makes sense. Does that?
I think it happened to me once. I think we were recording a podcast too.
Dude,
here on my shoulder.
It always happens at the end of the month. At the beginning of the month when I'm killing it, it doesn't.
But stress is not real though. I don't believe in stress.
No, stress is real. You just shouldn't let it affect you.
I don't think it's real.
It's cortisol. It's a hormone. It exists.
Just a bunch of chemicals.
It is a bunch of chemicals, but it is real.
But they don't matter.
They don't matter. They'll just give you eye twitches and shit.
I don't think that's true, bro.
You don't think that's true?
I'm just playing, bro.
Dude, ChatGPT is like that. I'm about to.
I know it's true.
Dude, because I hate it too. Like, I don't want it to be true. I want to be like, nah, that shit's.
It's an actual chemical. It's like feelings. Feelings are not real. They're just chemicals.
Yeah,
and they're only real for, I believe, it's like 90 seconds. And then after that, they're basically you choosing to stay within that feeling. But you can always change from feeling you're feeling.
I hear that. Mm-hmm. Is there anything other like going to the gym that we've seen that
a bunch of benefits, man? I mean, I would say health-wise, it's definitely helped.
Not these. Don't drink these.
Health-wise, I think should we say like first day of trying to get
sponsored by Monster?
Monster, man.
Dude,
shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
But honestly, Like if you were to put it in percentage, how much have they improved our lives or boost our productivity? Yeah, we'll put it that way.
Improved our lives. I don't know.
Yeah,
boosted my productivity. Yes. When I was going to college,
put it in a percentage,
dude. When I was going to college, I want to give the anecdote first because it can get pretty difficult. I'm trying to put it in numbers. I used to wake up at 7:30 a.m. No, I used to get at school at 7:30 a.m. So I woke up at 7 and had to practically drive the speed limit to school, like the max speed limit to school. And I was so tired because I practically got out of the gym at 2 a.m. and woke up at 7 a.m. to go to school. So that was that was my first monster. Yeah. And I think that helped a lot because I could focus in school. I could actually do things. If I didn't have one of these, I'd be knocking out. I don't know if you've had that feeling. Like at school, you're super tired, and then
that's the reason why I didn't go to school because I hate school, guys.
I like learning, but for me,
I love learning.
For me, there was different ways to do it.
I think different and better ways, definitely.
Yeah,
it's my opinion, and that's why I don't think school's the best thing.
I don't think school is terrible. I think it can help some people if it gives you a track.
Example.
It's like, have you played bowling?
Have I played bowling?
Yeah, have you played bowling?
Yeah.
It's like when they pull up the little sidebars so that the bowling ball doesn't fall into the pit. It's like a guide. It guides you through it if you don't know.
I think that's a good example because it's like if you're trying to hit one of those pins right in front of then school is basically the guide, right? But what if you're trying to hit the roof or something else? You know what I mean? Something higher. Then
I would just try to hit the roof.
Just an example. The rails are not tall enough for you to hit the roof, right? So I think that's why school doesn't fit because it's not it depends on your objective.
Dude, I understand.
It's just an example.
Your point is really good.
I know.
You just had a really shitty example, but your point is awesome. I like the point you're trying
to make. Let me give you another example. If you're a doctor,
I just pictured myself throwing a bowling ball at the roof.
Yeah, because what if you want to go above the sky's the limit, you know?
Yeah, I hear that
type of stuff. But anyways, another example is if we'll say you want to be a doctor, right? Obviously, you need to go to school.
Yeah.
You can't
not go to school and go do surgery on brain cancer.
School for that, right? But if you're trying to own a business, then you don't need to go to school. I mean, some people that some teachers that teach haven't even had a business of their own, so it's kind of bad in that sense, right? I think Alex Hormozi talks a lot about that because he was in college as well. I think that's the main reason. It's just whatever you're trying to do. If it makes sense to go to school, go to school.
Yeah,
it's not bad in that aspect. But if you're not sure what to do and just going to school, to go to school.
If your dream is to be a salesperson and you're going to school for finance, that's probably not going to. Or if you go to school for liberal arts and you go to school for English and you're trying to be a salesperson, that's not going to be the best career path for you. That's how I feel. But if you want to be an engineer or something like that, going to school. But we strayed a bunch off of how going to the gym is going to benefit your life. But I guess that is it makes you more aware and it gives you the confidence to do what you need to do and talk about things your podcast isn't even aligned to. So it definitely
exactly
it's helped us stray from the topic a little bit.
I want to say some other benefits because it's the health side as well, right? I think we started with health and then we deviated to something else, but
I know for me it's not about health, but
I know it
can be for a lot of people.
Some benefits, if you have I don't know, just an example, if you're 40, right, and have diabetes, and going to a gym is gonna help you a lot. So health-wise, that's gonna help you out a lot. But for us younger folks, I may say, it is definitely gonna prolong our life. And it's going to make us look younger, better, fitter, and everything. And that affects everything in our lives. Even if you're applying for a job interview, I would argue, and this is not always true.
Yeah. It's anecdotal evidence. I know what you're about to say, and it has helped me.
Yeah, I would argue that if you're better looking than some other person, I would argue that you have, even if it's by a fraction of a percent, you have slightly better chances of getting.
It's just a general bias that people have.
If you look fitter as well, they might associate that, not even like thinking of it, but like maybe in the subconscious mind, they might
I have a really good anecdote
relate
on
that to discipline.
When I was like when I was 16, before I started going to the gym, I applied at Raising Cane's, right? You've heard of that place. I don't know if everyone that was watching this has, but it's a fast food restaurant and delicious. I applied there, got rejected. That's when I was like, before I started going to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
When I turned 17, I had already been going to the gym for like 6 months, 6 to 9 months. And like
There was 22?
I was 17.
No, right now.
Oh, 22, yeah. Hey, fuck you made me feel old.
Gray hair like coming out.
Really?
Yeah.
Shut up.
No,
You're lying, bro.
You're gonna look at yourself in the mirror and be like, oh shit.
That's gonna, I bet I will, but I was going to, like, I went to my second interview there at 17 and I was like already, like, there was visual changes in how strong I was, in like my physical strength and physical appearance,
right,
and my confidence. And I got that job immediately. Like they called me a few days later and they're like, hey, you're hired, like come in here.
Automatically just assume.
I think if I hadn't started going to the gym, I would not have gotten that job because I wouldn't have been as confident. I talked on this and I want to mention it again, like not just people could notice that I went to the gym based on the example I gave earlier, that like they were like, hey, you go to the gym, you look like you go to the gym. Mm-hmm. When I was going to the gym with friends that hadn't seen me over the lockout, the lock-ins that we had, I used to just, when I was in the gym, I'd go up to people doing heavyweight and I was like, hey, dude, good stuff. That's good weight. That's crazy. You're a monster, bro. And then that's how I made a lot of friends. Mm-hmm. And I did that when I was going to the university recreation center. I went with a friend and I was doing the same thing while we were working out, going up to people saying like, hey dude, you're doing good stuff. Like you're jacked. And this guy was like, how do you do that? I want to be able to talk to people like you do. How do you not get nervous? And that was something that other people started to notice too, not just me. And they're like, hey dude, how do you do that? I was like, I just kind of try to. I'm very deliberate about it because it is difficult. Don't get me wrong. Like it's nervous. Like, what if this person doesn't want to be bothered? What if they hate my voice? and it's like, you just have to like do it anyways. I've had negative feedback from people that don't respond back. They're like, oh, thank you. And then they're like, go away, let me finish my set. But you just have to do it anyways, because maybe you'll meet someone that's cooler, that's going to be good in your life or help you improve in some way. And I think that's a big way that I've met a lot of the people. Like you helped me with a lot of stuff. You helped me get a job, and you helped me get 2 jobs actually. And then
I would agree with one of them.
Yeah, I got 2 jobs because of you.
I would agree with the Allstate one.
I also got
not the other one. I think the other one, I give more credit to you, or you.
But you helped with that, and like we're doing this podcast now, and like we're very. I know, but we're very like self accountability to the other person. Like when I'm fucking up, you'll tell me, hey, did you really try your best? Yeah. And I'll be like, you know what? Either yes, I did try my best, and then you'll be like, okay, I believe you. Or sometimes you'll be like, you're capping, but I'm not capping. And then sometimes you'll be like, and I'll be like, no, I didn't do my best here. I'll do better next time. And I think that's good for us because we're very like, hey, dude, you're being stupid. And I think that was one of the best connections that I got from the gym, like being able to meet you and a lot of other people.
Yeah, I agree 100% as well. You, Ariel, we met a bunch of people too. I think
Ariel was the best barber to ever exist.
Ariel is a very good barber. I'm sad that he doesn't do it anymore. But no, I mean, just to touch on the same thing, that's a huge benefit. It's like you don't know until you know, or you don't know what you don't know. And that sounds so confusing, but
no, I get it.
It's true, because it's like you don't know if like you meet someone new at the gym and that person might be the person that, I don't know, takes you from the regular 9 to 5 to, you know, another. I think that's what you did with me. Like just an example.
Yeah.
is I was working at Allstate, right?
Dude, I met you when you were working at the bank.
Yeah. And I went to, but we weren't that close yet.
Well,
And then I went to
I was still
Allstate.
trying to take you with me to where I was working.
That's true. That's a very good point.
I was like, dude, let's go.
That's a very solid point. He was like, hey, you should go. It's because you sent me, or at least I thought that you had
I showed
sent
you.
me-
I proved you wrong.
Yeah, you did. I thought that he had sent me like just, we were talking, it was 2 companies that you were trying to, make me apply for.
Yeah, they're like affiliated
And,
companies.
Yeah, and you sent me both, but I don't know, and for whatever reason, I didn't see the first one, so I just saw the second one, so I was like, I took it, and this is my fault for assuming so, and that's why you always need to ask, but I took it as like, oh, well, he probably, for whatever reason, I'm sure it's valid, because I don't think he has like a bad intention, he doesn't want me to apply on what he's currently doing.
I sent it to you.
I thought all of this, and we later discussed it again, and he did send it to me. So I guess that was my mistake on that side, but I think it was a good thing as well, because you did tell me that company was anyways going like down.
I think the position that I told you, the one for
So it was a position.
the one for cable, they moved all those guys to the one that you didn't want to go into. That's how it is right now. But yeah, I still keep in touch with some of them. I saw one at I was grocery shopping and I saw someone and they're like, yeah, I'm doing well. Not as well as I was before because they moved all of us to the other department. And yeah, but I think the best
So from
part,
ours, they moved them to.
no, backwards.
Oh,
Backwards. But I think the best part, and
that's crazy.
I don't think it was a bad call for you not to go because you wouldn't have outbound skills
That
if
is
you
very-
had
that's
gone
very
with
true.
me. And I think
a good point.
let me put it this way: when I started insurance,
Right.
the most difficult part was transitioning from inbound to outbound. It's crazy the amount of
Huge difference.
yeah, and I didn't have that skill, and I think that was the biggest reason I failed. Now, in the job I do, it's only outbound, so I'm like relearning the skill, and I already have the inbound skills. So I'm like in a place where I'm trying to connect everything, and then add a bunch, reading other stuff or getting knowledge.
Yeah, and it's like going back to touching a little bit on our point, which is like the benefits of going to the gym, is we wouldn't have had a really good trajectory skill-wise if it wasn't because we both went to the gym. If he didn't go to the gym back in 2020, he probably would have never went to the gym.
Yeah, dude, and it's
Because you had the time,
yeah,
and I'm sure that like,
I never get that
after
time
that-
back.
Yeah, after that, like you would have probably, gone to
Dude.
school or dedicated yourself to school.
Yeah, with
And
online school, it was so easy to miss classes to go to the gym.
Yeah, 100%. And for me, I think if I didn't have gone to Planet Fitness, I probably wouldn't even, hanged out with Adiel. I probably wouldn't even met you because everything had to align for that to work. Because even if I was an hour late, you probably, I don't know, I think you were leaving at the time. You were leaving or you were like towards the end of your workout, I probably wouldn't even met you then or maybe in the
Dude, I think that was
future, but
good. I used to offer everyone free workout at the gym.
That's how I met him. He was offering me fucking.
Dude, I really like free workout. It was really good. Any kind of free workout. Sometimes I also had the Godzilla, the Rise one. And I was like, I'd always offer pre-workout, no matter if it was Ecovision or something else. I just wanted to share the experience of happiness with other people.
I got a lot of money to buy those. I personally, I was like, no,
Dude, I had like 20 tubs of pre-workout in my backpack at a time.
That's crazy. But yeah, he was like the dealer for pre-workouts.
That was fun. Those were good times, man. I want to go, dude, if I get the apartment, I want to go back to show-offs. If I get in that area.
Yeah.
Yes, because I miss that gym. That gym's awesome, but it's packed now. Though.
It's super packed. That's honestly the reason why I didn't go to it, because it gets really packed.
It used to not be
especially
like
in the
that.
morning. In the mornings,
In the mornings?
like 5 a.m.
When I
you
first
get a
went
lot of
at 5 a.m.?
You get a lot of the people that are like personal trainers and stuff like that.
Oh, well, the first time I went to like test that gym out was at 5 a.m. Empty. Completely empty.
See, that would have been nice. But when I went,
You're making me
5
not like it
a.m.
anymore.
No, it's awesome, but it's just in terms of people, it is very packed. But I mean, like at 10 a.m., if you want to go like late night, then there's not that much people. From what I remember, I haven't.
I want to go right after work, like at 3-4.
Yeah.
But I think when we get back up there, Connective is gonna be good because it's close by to you, right? Not too far, like a 10-minute drive.
It's like a 15-minute drive. Yeah.
It's by the Allstate.
No, it's way further.
Really? Oh,
It's like
never mind.
it's like Franklin.
Never mind.
It's closer to Franklin than Coronado.
It's because there's no cool gyms in that area. And if
I
there
feel like
is,
this is the closest thing. It's that's not like crazy packed. That's probably why they're trying to get more people with the membership I have.
let's open a gym someday.
Dude, I think if we opened a gym, bro, it'd be the best gym in El Paso,
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah.
100%.
But that takes a lot of money, so we need to get there. But
anyways,
I think I wanted to touch on like how people can get started and like tips for going to the gym. The first thing I did was either start at home, make it a routine, make it day by day, or get your membership already. Planet Fitness has $10 a month memberships. I think I'm going to get one of those until I have a good gym to go to, like my dream gym, because I don't want to settle anymore. I think I'm going to get a Planet Fitness membership here because it's like, you've seen it, it's in walking distance. I can walk to the Planet Fitness and not pay as much as I do for other trash gyms that I've gone to.
do they have like? Is it really $10, or is it like?
I think it's if you sign a contract for a year,
Oh,
but still $10, like that's
that's
what, $10 a month. You're basically paying for 3 months of a regular gym membership.
Why don't you join TrueFit? Oh, okay, we'll talk about that later.
No. I'll tell you. I think this is relevant. I'm not joining TrueFit because that's 40 minutes that way.
Is it 40 minutes? Well, that's if you live over there. It's not gonna be 40 minutes.
Oh, if I live over there,
Yeah.
I'll get TrueFit.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But no, dude, I'm not doing that drive every day. That's kind of tough, bro.
It's not 40 minutes. It's closer to like
Yeah, it's
20.
closer to 20. I'm being extra. I'm sorry.
It's like you gotta drive 2 hours to the gym.
I think, but yeah, good start.
Get a membership.
Get a membership, or get a membership, or do workouts at home if that's what you want to do. Just get something done. Get a routine. Do it 3-4 times a week. You have time to do it 3-4 times a week. Do it 30 minutes. Do it an hour. Do it 2 hours. Those are like the best amount of like time intervals to do it in.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, what
I think you should do before you start learning workouts and how they work. I think you need to first experience it. That way you could kind of get a feel of what it is.
Get day passes. That's what I was gonna say, right? We talked about that last time. So get a day pass or have a friend take you.
Yeah. Keep explaining on that.
Yeah, I'll do that. I think Planet Fitness has a free day pass if you've never gone there. They usually go for around 10 to 15 bucks, 16 bucks. Yeah, I think getting a day pass is good because you can pick a gym that you like and that you won't pay before knowing that you'll actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
When you first got your membership, I know you went with Ariel and you used his guest pass. When were you like, it's time to pay for my own membership?
I think it was like after going for like 2-3 weeks, I was like, oh, wow, I actually enjoy this gym. And little by little, I'm getting more familiar with it. Because I remember when I started going, I was like, I would only stick to what I knew. But then I saw this other machine, so I was like, how do they work? And then I would ask Ariel. Then I'd get kind of an idea how they work, and then I would try them. And little by little, I started just falling in love with the gym. So I was like, wow, okay, yeah, I think it's time for me to get my membership because I want to go when he doesn't, or when he doesn't have time. And I think that's the main
That was a
thing.
turning point for you. After going with someone, you enjoyed it. I think that's a really good thing to do. If you have friends that go to the gym, ask to go with them. I think because like maybe you don't know that you want to start right now, or you don't know if you're gonna like it, or you're nervous. But when you start going and you start enjoying it, you'll decide. You'll make the decision for yourself. I think after that, like when you do decide to go to the gym and like you decide that it's fun.
Yeah, you definitely first just have to experience it, and then once you experience it, you kind of just know what's next from that. It's like if you feel really good about the gym, then you'll stick with it, and if you don't feel iffy about it, then just go try out some other gyms, and then you'll get a clearer picture of what.
Big disclaimer. You won't see progress in a week. You won't see progress in a month. A big rule of thumb that I see online, and I started seeing
3 months.
I started seeing results notably soon because I started at home, so I didn't count that. But a good like rule of thumb is 3 months. If you've been working out 3-4 days a week for 3 months, which is what, 12 weeks?
Yeah, like
12 weeks. You'll start noticing it. That's what I've heard. That's what Kevin said. That's what you said, right?
Yeah, I think for me it was a little bit sooner, like maybe 2 months, but that's because I was hitting it like 6 times a week.
Yeah. If you start 3 months is a good rule.
Share your experience on when you first saw that change
I think
in
it
your
was.
body.
I think
Was
for
it during
me,
your
it was as soon as I was really
gym
good
ways
with.
though?
I was really good with. It was like. It was a few weeks into me going to the gym because I was already dieting so good that I had visible abs, I had a visible chest, I was doing push-ups, I was doing planks. I was literally doing abs every day, 7 days a week for an hour. That's an hour of abs 7 days a week because it was at home, man. It was so easy for me to go into my garage, toss a thing on the floor and waste an hour. I didn't have no driving time. What'd you do?
Just go.
Sorry, my bad, man. I apologize. That was funny.
Dude, I always gotta make that stuff.
Dude, it's because I caught you lacking. Okay, back to the point. It was so easy for me to just toss a mat on the floor, do abs, and eat less. I was eating chocolate chip pancakes every day for breakfast, the Kodiak cakes, with a scoop or two of protein.
Yeah, I know which one.
I ate twice a day. It was my 600 calorie pancakes in the morning, and then protein shakes and chicken and rice. It was chicken and rice, protein shakes, and protein pancakes in the morning. I had a Mickey Mouse waffle maker. It made 3 like Mickey Mouse little waffles. I put the pancake mix in there every day, protein pancake mix with a little bit of protein scoops and protein chocolate chips. I don't even know if those are protein.
That made you very happy, right?
Dude, yeah, that should give me serotonin when I was eating. So I think a big thing is when you're dieting, find something that's fun for you to do. That was so fun for me doing that every day.
And
it worked. Yes, I was getting so little food in that I started losing a bunch of fat and gaining a bunch of muscle in my abs and in my chest for doing push-ups. And I think that was awesome. That was why I saw results so quickly because I was really.
It depends how dedicated you are, but if you're just like me, like trying, like kind of in the middle, right, average, like 80 or 60% of the time when you go to the gym, then I'd say realistically speaking, you're looking at 3 months. But it can, depending on how hard you do it, you can see it.
And I think if you're watching our videos, your main goal is not to get jacked; it's to make money and live a successful life.
I think it's self-improvement.
Yeah, self-improvement. So you have to focus on everything a little bit. At that time, I was just focusing on this. I did not know how to make money. I was not worrying about it.
You're just focusing on getting jacked.
Because that gets very time consuming, like adding stuff onto it. And that's why I was able to do it. So if you want to focus on multiple things, you can try to not focus on too many things because it can get super difficult. I think that can be a podcast in and of itself. But like after you decide like going to the gym and you decided that that's what you want to do and getting your membership, learn your workouts. At the beginning, what I was doing to learn, and I've talked to this a lot about you. I was a lot on TikTok, and that's what showed me how to do like the gym and how to do workouts.
Right.
I was in the gym with TikTok open. I was like, how to chest exercises, chest workouts, because I already had my splits together. Picking a split is also very important, and I think it goes hand in hand with learning this. Choose what muscle groups you're gonna hit each day. So let's say I had at the beginning a 3-day split. It was push, pull, legs.
Explain to them like they're
I think
10-year-olds.
you can explain this better. You explained it last time.
Okay, so let me explain.
I did a shitty explanation last time we did this.
So basically, in order for you to grow a certain muscle, you gotta give it. Obviously, you have to work it, right? So when you work out that muscle, it tears the fibers. So there's a bunch of like small tears in the muscle, right? Then you gotta give it time to rest so that they grow together and they grow even bigger, right? Now, with that principle in mind, when you hit the gym, you can't be hitting the same muscle every single day because then it's just going to be tearing, and it's never going to have time for it to repair itself. So that's why people develop what's something called the split, right?
Yeah.
Which is basically it's a routine of.
That's the word.
Yeah, I would say it's like a routine.
You mind if I get lotion? My hands are dry.
Yeah, go ahead. It's basically a routine for a week on how you should hit every muscle. So how the typical routine is split, or the typical split is basically arms. No. It's push,
pull, legs.
Push, pull, legs. So it's divided into those three.
That's the easiest one.
Push so it's basically your chest, your triceps, and I'm missing something else. Shoulders, yeah. Because that's what you use to push. So if you're pushing the bar, you're not using your biceps as much or your back as much. Now you do that one for, let's say, just the first day. Then the second day you would do pull, so pulling something, right? That would use your bicep and your back, right? And so you would divide that into that, and then you do legs. So those legs would be just basically your legs. And that's what the typical split looks like. And then how you can implement it is, I think you do a better job in explaining that.
Implementing it?
Yeah, implementing the split
into your week?
Yeah.
What I usually did, and this is what I did during the weeks, when I had time to go, I would just cycle it. I don't know if that makes sense. So if I had time to go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I would do push, pull, legs. And then if I also had time to go Thursday, I'd start again push. And then the next time I go pull. And then no matter how many times I go in the week, because it varied a lot. Sometimes I had to stay longer at work and couldn't go. And sometimes I got my goal for the day done early.
But let me ask you a question, just because I'm out of curiosity. When it comes to legs, is there a specific split for legs, like for certain muscles in your legs to hit, or is it just like an overall thing?
I did everything. At first, when you're doing push-pull legs, just do all the legs. Do everything. Do hamstrings, quads, and calves.
Yeah, for everyone hearing this,
that's
you
what
do
you should
that.
do.
But I'm just curious.
What I did, and this was when I started getting a little bit more advanced. I had a split called the split of death. That was 3 leg days a week, and then chest and back, and 1 day arms. So I was hitting the legs 3 times a week, and I was doing 1 day was hamstring focused, 1 day was quad focused, and 1 day was full. That's what I was doing. And if you're doing that, you should separate them as much as possible because you don't want to overwork your legs.
Right.
So I was doing, let's say Monday, I did legs, and then I did arms, and then I took a rest day. That way I had 2 days between my next leg day, and then I did the other legs.
Yeah.
And then I did
that's
chest and back, and then rest, and legs again. And then I took 2 rest days and then started over.
Good thing you mentioned rest, because when you do that split, make sure you always, for the muscle group, let's say I hit chest Monday, you need to give it at least, I think scientifically speaking, it's 2 days, right?
For what?
At least 2 days for it to rest.
It varies a lot on the muscle group, and this is stuff that I've heard and kind of looked up, but I'm not super knowledgeable on it. If the muscle group is smaller, it recovers faster. So I'm gonna put it this way: chest and legs take longer to recover than shoulders and arms, because you're this is so much smaller than this.
Yeah.
So when I do shoulders and arms, I can usually do shoulders and arms the next day and I'm fine.
Gotcha. And
for chest, I need to take a little bit more.
For the average person that doesn't know about the gym, should we give them a 2-day rule of thumb? For the rest.
For the rest?
For resting their, just an example, their chest.
Resting, just make sure they're not back to back like your days. Like if you're not doing it back to back, you shouldn't burn out. And don't do 7 days a week. That's a little much.
So if you like
do 6 at most.
100%. So if you do, let's say
1 rest day a week is good, I think.
Chest, Monday you need to do it. You would have to do it again on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You'd have to do it Thursday again, to where your chest is fully recovered, and you can go at it again.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah, I would highly suggest, if you're starting, because I feel like that's very advanced.
What?
I didn't even know that, and I've been going to the gym for a very long time.
What is it?
Like the smaller
muscle
groups.
Shoulders recover faster than your chest.
At least in my opinion. So I would suggest just sticking with the 2-day for now, and then eventually you would transition to that.
Just take your rest day a week and don't put them back to back.
Yeah, basically. And I think that's one. After picking your split.
Yeah, and learning workouts. Look up stuff in the gym. If you see someone doing something that you don't understand, ask them like, hey. And I know that can be a little bit difficult, but you can ask them like, hey, what's that workout hitting? Like people will be willing to help.
Very nice.
Yeah. No one in the gym will ever be looking at you and be like, hey, that guy's weak. They're usually like, hey, it's really good that they're starting.
That's very important, yeah.
I think the next thing, I want to talk about that at the end, but dieting. Dieting can get really difficult. Especially for me, when I started, I was bulking and I was trying to gain weight. And like my biggest goal was to gain more muscle. And I had a set goal of calories and I always had to hit it. So I tried to get as many meals in as possible. I think at some point I was eating like 3,500 calories a day.
Damn.
And it was me eating in the morning and then eating in the afternoon. And then at night, if it was like 12 p.m. and I hadn't hit my calories, I would chug as many protein shakes as I needed to hit it. And sometimes it got really difficult when I was like stuffed and I was on the verge of throwing up. But I knew I needed to do it for my goal.
100%. Yeah, I would suggest that like in your dieting part, would you say it's better for someone to start looking at their macros right off the bat?
Yeah, it's easier.
I would think so.
Don't look at everything. You just need to know calories and protein. That's it. You don't need the other two. Just how many calories do you need a day? And you can use a calorie calculator. I'm going to try to link it in the description. I'm going to write that down.
Just put a note there. You can link the other ones.
I'm going to link it.
But basically, what you want to focus on when started in the gym, in terms of macros and dieting and all that kind of stuff, I would suggest just focusing on those two things.
Yeah.
Calories, because if you're trying to gain more weight, you can do as much exercise as you want, but if you're overeating, then they're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. So you want to make sure you keep track of your calories. Even if you're trying to gain or lose weight, whatever you're trying to do, always keep track of your calories. On top of that, protein. If you're trying to build a muscle, then protein, it goes hand in hand. That's what makes the muscle. So make sure you're sticking to your, keeping track of those two things. And then there's all the other things, which I'll just briefly mention them, which is your fats, your carbs. I think that's it, right?
Yeah. A good rule of thumb is like, if you're bulking or cutting, do 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 160 pounds, do 160 grams of protein. If you weigh 130, do 130. If you weigh 200, do 200 grams of protein. That's a good rule of thumb at the beginning, and then as you're increasing in weight, you'll have to eat more protein.
Yeah.
But like right now for diet, I think the first thing that you have to do is define if you want to lose weight or gain weight. And then you have to find out, using calorie calculator, you can find out.
You basically input your height, your weight, and your goal. I think those are the 3 things, right?
And you can find out your like maintenance calories, which is how many calories you need to eat a day to stay the same weight. And then you either drop it if you want to lose weight or increase it if you want to gain weight. And it should have measurements there for how much you should eat. to attain that.
Yeah, you just put those 3 things in, hit the calculate button, and then I'll tell you like what your calories are for maintaining your same weight, what the calories are for, getting more weight, gaining more weight, or what your calories are to, lose weight.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much self-explanatory. I don't think anyone can miss that. And there's a bunch of calculators in the internet. You just put, I don't know, calculator for gym or weight loss, whatever.
I'm gonna link it in the.
We'll put a link
in the video because this one's like super simple to use and it's very intuitive. Yeah. Another tool that I used a lot, MyFitnessPal. I don't know if you ever used it, but it helps you. Like if you eat something, you can scan the barcode and plug it into your day, and then you can keep track of what you ate.
I think you need premium for that.
So not if you put that you're in Canada. I don't think I should say that. Should I be saying that? Dude, Shauna taught me that.
What? That's crazy.
She taught me that. One day I was like, I use MyFitnessPal, but I can't scan it anymore. And she was like, I put mine to Canada and I can try it.
What the heck? No way, I'm going to try that.
But I don't think, I think I should not have said that.
Don't do that.
That's about to get touched. Don't do that because it's going to break the system. Hold up, I should have said that, bro.
Dude, I want to try that. I want to see if that's true.
But, so yeah, MyFitnessPal, if you pay for the premium version, which you should, it lets you scan the barcode. If not, you can always type it in. You can always type it in, find the brand, find the calories, and just make sure that it matches the label because sometimes it doesn't.
What do you do for when because MyFitnessPal can sometimes be wrong. What do you do in those cases where you feel like it's wrong?
Where you feel like it's wrong, you can find it online. Like if I go to, let's say, Dutch Bros and I get myself a protein latte, I'll go on the Dutch Bros board thing and they have a calorie calculator or like a chart that tells you how many calories the ingredients have. So I'll just add it up and make sure it makes sense with what MyFitnessPal says. But I think that's good. And then, MyFitnessPal helped me a lot, especially at the beginning. I'll show you something right now.
Okay.
But I think that's very good. I'll also try to put the download link for MyFitnessPal in the description. Like confidence for people that are afraid to go into the gym and think like people are looking at them or I don't like how I look and they're gonna judge me. They won't. If someone is genuinely like doing their best, they won't think bad or shit talk someone that is also trying to do their best. Because like, for example, with me, I realize where people are and some people that don't look very comfortable and I try to help them even at some points. I met someone at the gym and he was like, hey dude, you're jacked, like, I don't know if you can help me or if we can get a workout in and you can help me like get better at this. And I was like, hey dude, heck yeah, like I was where you were at some point and I'd love to help if you stick to the gym. And this was at the beginning of the year where people like, that's people's New Year resolution. And I'm like, a lot of these people won't stick to it. So I was like, hey, if I can make one more person stick to it, I think that would be awesome.
You want to hear a crazy stat for that?
Tell me.
Just out of the blue. When it comes to New Year resolutions, 90% of the people quit. That's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
That's a lot of days.
I'm gonna fact check myself really quick though, but go ahead here.
But yeah, I think like a big takeaway is if you think people are judging you, don't, because if there is people judging you, it's probably because they're jealous or they just haven't gotten where they want to be. I don't know. Can you agree with that somewhat?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I feel like if you're a little bit like me, which I'm like very critical and how do you say analytical? Yeah. When it comes to that, I want to say that when I started in the gym, I don't know, I was scared because I was like, especially in show-offs, dude, like the people there were like massive. Like I remember this one dude, which we didn't mention in the other podcast, but I'll just mention it briefly. His bicep was like the size of my head. And I was like, dude, if that dude wanted, he could just one punch me and knock me out. Probably not. Okay, I'm just playing. But anyways, like it was intimidating, right? Because all these people were like super jacked, and I'm sure some of them have been going to the gym for like 10 years and so. And we right? As newbies, we're thinking, wow, they're probably looking at me and laughing at me, or saying, look at that scrawny kid, and stuff like that stuff, right? We're filling our minds with that. But in reality, what most, I want to say like good 99% of people that go to the gym look at you and are like, wow, I was in that situation too. And I've gone a lot, very, very far in my gym journey. And they empathize with you is what I'm trying to say, versus criticizing you. And yeah, I mean, I think that should be like a huge confidence boost, knowing that, because they were in your same position a couple years back. And yeah, just don't overthink it. If you feel like they're looking at you in a certain way, don't think that. They don't mean it, or they don't have bad intentions, is what I'm trying to say too.
Yeah, 100%. So just get in there, do your best. Nobody's going to judge you. Nobody cares what everyone is doing. I've never looked at other people in the gym.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And so, yeah, I mean, things that you can start doing as of right now, or what we would suggest for you to
go do an ab workout in your garage.
Yeah, literally just do something.
Just do it.
That will
just do it.
If you have the motivation right now to do it, just do it, And in percentage, statistically speaking, that will give you a higher chance of you sticking with the habit versus not doing it. Not making a new good habit. What do you think?
I agree with you, and I think like big what not to do is when you're starting, don't skip dieting. I think that's super big, because I think skipping a diet can either make or break you. Have you ever heard the expression "abs are made in the kitchen"?
Abs are made in the kitchen.
And it's because they are. If you're overeating and trying to lose weight just by going to the gym a little bit, it's not going to happen, because it's way easier to overeat the calories you burn in the gym than it's way easier to do that than to like just eat less and not go to the gym. I don't know if that makes sense.
Exactly.
I think another big thing is don't sleep deprive yourself, because your muscles, like they recover in your sleep, and that's when you're going to do most of your growth. So try to sleep as much as possible. I think that's also a big factor of, hey, why am I not gaining muscle or doing what I needed to do? And it's this lack of sleep that will deprive him from that.
Get at least 7 or 8 hours of sleep, and you'll see more improvement versus if you just work harder at the gym. It's all about working smarter versus harder. And that's a lot of thing that not a lot of people know, at least barely starting or don't think of, is how the muscle grows. It's not it plays a factor into it, but it's not necessarily the actual action of doing it. It's actually by rebuilding it. That's when the size grows and when the muscle is built. So keep that in mind, because that's very important.
Yeah. One last thing not to do. Don't start tomorrow. Start today. Start looking into what gym you want to go to. Start finding friends that already go to the gym to take you. And do something now. Look up, do research, or go do workouts in your garage. I think that's a good start. There's a lot of videos on YouTube or even on TikTok of what you can do at home just to get started.
Yeah.
I think so. Start today. Sleep a lot, diet a lot, and get in the gym.
100%. I think that's basically it. I mean, when it comes to starting, remember, action is always better than just thinking about it.
I think this one might have been better than the first one. We got a lot more in depth into it. Yeah. And I think it's longer too, but that's awesome. But wishing you the best. And do you have anything else to add?
I don't think so. I think that's it. That's all. I guess until next week.
Until next week. And we'll talk to you soon.
Also, before we leave, if you have any comments, if you have anything that you suggest for us to improve, even if it's on the video that you're watching or sound quality, whatever you feel like, shoot us a comment, whether it's good or bad. They're all appreciative. And that's about it.
Let's get it, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
Bye.